Hello, friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. All right, it's been my first day back to work this week, and it was pretty much an uneventful day today. Basically, the machine that I was put on just ran and ran and ran, and that's a good thing because, we've been having a little difficulty with personnel and keeping everything going, and I think maybe we're starting to get a little past that. My company, out of like an abundance of caution, has been just saying, if you have been anywhere, if you've traveled anywhere, if you've been in any large groups, if you've been around anyone who's got the coronavirus, or even nodded at somebody who's got the coronavirus, or traveled anywhere or anything like that, they're not questioning it. They're just putting you on quarantine. And so that has, as I've mentioned in the past, kind of hurt production levels a little bit because our staffing levels are a little low. But I think we're finally starting to get past that. You may recall I mentioned a couple days ago that normally they want to have 2 or more people running each production line. And it's been a bit of a challenge in the past to keep that going because there are multiple production lines and so many people that are off on quarantine right now. But like I said, I think that's starting to wind down today because the line I was on actually had 3 people on it for most of the day. And that was a good thing because that makes it easier when you're going on breaks because, one person in a pinch can run it for a while, but it's really just run when you're one person. It helps a lot more when there's 2. And when there's 2 people, or when you get 3 people on a line, and one person has to go to a break, or go to the bathroom, or go to have lunch or something like that, you still got 2 people to keep it going. And so I think that contributed a lot today to keeping the lines going. Now, I didn't actually wander around a whole bunch. Actually, I did get pulled into another line briefly because they needed a little bit of help. That happens sometimes too. Some process will be going on and they'll say, hey, can we borrow you for a little bit and bring you over to another line? And that happened to me today, this afternoon, for 20 or 25 minutes. And while I did wander around, it looked like most of the lines were running today. So, like I said, I think we're kind of getting past all of this quarantine stuff, and maybe people are starting to really start taking it seriously that, you just can't do that kind of stuff right now. You kind of have to, take some sensible precautions to, avoid large groups, avoid places that are just risky. Now, like I said, the issue in Texas is still a very small one compared to everywhere else. I've actually been kind of watching the area on some of the live coronavirus maps that are out there. And it seems to me that the county that I'm in has, a few dozen cases of the coronavirus. And there have been like 2 fatalities last time I looked. So, in a town of 250,000 some odd people, the likelihood of you coming across it, especially when you're not really going into large crowds, is pretty remote. And so, and like I said, the company is taking great precautions. They're practicing social distancing. They're taking everybody's temperature when you go into the building every day. And if you don't pass your temperature test, they send you outside and they tell you, call your manager. You're just not coming in today, and you're on quarantine until whatever this is over. And whatever that is, it's usually 2 weeks. So, like I said, they're taking an abundance of caution. I've told you about some of the things they're doing. They've canceled all meetings. So, there's not any of that case. We're practicing social distancing when we're on the work floor. So, we're not, having 2 people talking to each other. If we're talking to each other, we're 6 feet apart and doing that. And they're really enforcing that and being very, very careful on that front. Now, I did hear something today, and I haven't confirmed it yet, but, it's from kind of a reliable source, and it just totally sounds like something this company would do, just based on my limited experience with them. Apparently, we are all who are working right now getting hazard pay from the company. So in addition to our regular paychecks, which already is pretty great for me, I'm making more money, per hour than I was at Disney, and getting all the hours that I can work. So, I'm doing all right money-wise as it is. But apparently they have decided that if you're coming into work during all this, if you're risking it all to keep the company going, they're giving us hazard pay of $250 a week. So since I get paid every other week, that means that on the next paycheck that I should get, it should be $500 more. And I guess apparently they're going to continue that through at least the end of April. So, wow, that is amazing. I just totally did not see that coming. So that is fantastic news. I'm really happy to hear that. If it's true, like I said, I haven't confirmed that it's true yet, but I have no reason to believe it isn't based on everything else I know about this company. So I don't know. That's about all I have to share today. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.